Live from Chicago, this is Fox 32 News at 9.
A Broadview attorney and community activist is taking the village to court over when people are allowed to protest outside the local ICE facility. Thanks for joining us. I'm Scott Schneider.
I'm Dawn Hasbrook. Our Leslie Moreno joins us live in Broadview with why he says the curfew goes too far and what residents there have to say. Leslie.
Guys, good evening. Yeah, that protest curfew only lets people demonstrate between the hours of 9 a.m. and 6 p.m. It's not sitting well with that attorney who says those are the quietest hours of the day for ICE operations. That attorney and community activist Robert Held filed a lawsuit in federal court asking a judge to stop Broadview from enforcing its so-called protest curfew. The order limits when people can gather outside the ICE detention center site here in Broadview. Held says it also violates the First Amendment. He argues most ICE activity happens early in the morning and late at night when the curfew bans protests. Held's attorney says the village is blaming safety concerns, but argues restricting free speech isn't the answer. We spoke with residents in this neighborhood tonight. Here's what they had to say.
It shouldn't be something that's restricted, especially, if it's not harming anyone, it's a peaceful thing. I mean, you have a freedom of speech, so you should be able to say whatever you feel without being, restricted or judged for it.
If it's a peaceful protest, it should go on and whatever, but it's like, if it's going to be something like you're actually going to try blocking people off, like, okay, it's a little dangerous. Like, don't put anybody else at risk, don't put your family at risk or your neighbors at risk. But I generally do believe that they should be able to just be around 24/7 because what are we doing? Peacefully protesting. We're not bothering nobody, they're just bothering us.
And Held will be talking to reporters this Thursday morning outside the ICE facility here on Beach Street. For now, this curfew stays in place. However, guys, this could all change later this month when the case hits federal court, and that is scheduled for November 24th. In Broadview, Leslie Moreno, Fox 32, Chicago.
Leslie, thank you. Now, let's check in on our weather because it's cold tonight, but that is changing. Emily, give us an update.
Yeah, we have a really nice warming trend, but first and foremost, we have to talk about the northern lights. We're seeing so many images coming in that we're going to show you a few of them, but I wanted to explain what's taking place. So yesterday and the day before, there were charged particles coming from the sun. Now they're interacting with the Earth's poles and the nitrogen and oxygen that we have in our Earth's atmosphere. So when that happens, that's when we see those really stunning colors of the reds, the greens, the pinks, sometimes the purples too. And whenever you see the reds and the greens, that's when it's interacting with oxygen. And whenever you see those blues and purple shadings, that's when the sun's charged particles are interacting with nitrogen. Let's take a look at some of our images coming in tonight. This one was given to us by Celeste. Take it in Crystal Lake. Gorgeous colors here. And then we had several that are showing those purple hues again. That's from the nitrogen in our atmosphere. This one coming to us from Joe in Plainfield. Beautiful one from Marengo. This was taken by Michael. Very vibrant colors over in Marengo. And then from our very own producer, Sloan Salerno, we have gorgeous purples and greens showing up. Isn't that stunning, guys?
That is beautiful.
Nice work, Sloan.
Yes. Sloan for those. Wow.
All right, Emily, thank you. Let's give you a live look at the U.S. Capitol. The funding bill that would end the government shutdown now sits in the U.S. House, with representatives set to vote on it tomorrow. This bill would extend government funding through January 30th.
The House Rules Committee is meeting tonight to consider the bill. Fox 32 brought it to you last night as breaking news when the Senate voted to end the shutdown. The bill fully funds federal agencies, including Agriculture and Veterans Affairs, secures SNAP and WIC benefits, and reverses federal worker layoffs caused by the shutdown. The measure passed with support from every Republican except Senator Rand Paul. 1 independent and 7 Democrats voted with Republicans. One of those Democrats was Illinois Democratic Senator Dick Durbin.
So air travel issues might still persist even if the House passes the bill.
Our Casey Cronus is digging deeper into the impact for travelers.
Secretary Sean Duffy says he is hopeful we will soon have good news from Washington. But if the shutdown lingers on, he warns flying this weekend could be worse than last. U.S. Transportation Secretary Sean Duffy visited O'Hare's control tower Tuesday. He says we are short air traffic controllers here, like at many other airports. Officials say the system is overwhelmed and controllers who aren't getting paid are overworked. On Saturday, the FAA had more staffing triggers than ever before. The government shutdown sending airlines into a tailspin when last week the FAA directed them to cancel a percentage of their flights at the nation's busiest airports, including O'Hare, where more than 130 flights were canceled Tuesday. While there were fewer call-offs, Duffy explains the system won't be back on track overnight. Before the shutdown, between 4 to 5 air traffic controllers were retiring each day. Now that number is much higher.
We now have 15 to 20 air traffic controllers retiring a day. So that's a problem. Long after you all finish covering the shutdown, we are going to be stuck dealing with this problem where we're about 2,000 controllers short, trying to make up that difference.
When the shutdown is resolved, Duffy tells us that 24 to 48 hours later, air traffic controllers will get 70% of their back pay. The other 30% will hit their accounts within a week.
I encourage every single Republican and Democrat to vote to open the government.
This past weekend saw us put in airspace flow programs where we had to slow the entire country down, which forced massive cancellations and delays. This is not sustainable for our air traffic controllers, for our technicians, and for the American public.
We asked for Duffy's take on President Trump's recommendation that controllers who showed up to work throughout the shutdown should receive a $10,000 bonus. Here's what he had to say.
The air traffic controllers who didn't miss a day, they came for every scheduled shift that they had, they should get a bonus. Now, I don't know how many there are going to be. We have to do that analysis, but I'm aligned with the president.
Duffy says weather flight reductions will peak at 10% this Friday, and an attempt to prevent a total collapse will depend on the data. If you are flying in the coming days, you are urged to keep track of your flight status. Reporting at O'Hare, Casey Cronus, Fox 32, Chicago.
The governor remains skeptical about whether Operation Midway Blitz will start to wind down. Reports came out that Border Patrol Chief Gregory Bovino will be leaving the Windy City soon. Well, Governor J.B. Pritzker says even though reports say the Border Patrol agent will be leaving soon, it doesn't mean the president is stopping his immigration procedures.
Even though Greg Bovino is leaving and some CBP agents and officers are leaving, it appears that they may be going to Charlotte, North Carolina, and to New Orleans, Louisiana. So it's not like Donald Trump has stopped his onslaught against Americans.
Pritzker says there has been a lack of communication of the federal government about multiple issues, including immigration and the National Guard.
Local servicemen and women holding a rally at the Vietnam Veterans Memorial on the Riverwalk as part of today's National Vets Say No protest. Their message, a growing number of veterans and current active duty service members are not happy with the use of the National Guard in immigration actions. One veteran who works with others suffering with mental health issues described the anxiety staff and patients feel when encountering ICE agents who have been stationed in the VA parking lot.
Staff members are carrying their passports to and from work, which is a little bit ridiculous, and other veterans are also feeling threatened by ICE's presence on the campus.
The veterans urge everyone to record any ICE encounters in their neighborhoods on their cell phones to ensure transparency and that their communities remain safe. Meanwhile, Veterans Day celebrations have continued throughout the area tonight.
Village officials in Dixmoor hosted a fish fry honoring local veterans. Veterans and their families gathered for that free dinner at the Dixmoor Community Center. Village trustees and the city's mayor joined the dinner, saying it's important to appreciate those who have fought for our freedoms. Each veteran received a certificate recognizing their service to the country.
Chicago Mayor Brandon Johnson attending a documentary film screening featuring President Trump. Why Trump to Americas, tonight's main feature at the Regal City North Theater. This film dives into the racial undercurrents that shaped modern politics and Trump's return to the White House.
Here in the city of Chicago, we're never going to bow, we're never going to bend, we're never going to break, we'll never be intimidated by this tyrant, and I'm going to do everything in my power to protect the greatest freaking city in the world, the city of Chicago.
The movie is available on several streaming platforms.
A local youth football team needs your help to make it to the national championship.
How you can help out. A local football team, 7-year-olds and younger, are on their way to the Nationals.
They have been working hard, and they need a little bit of help to get there.
There you go, there you go.
They are at the top of their game. The Midwest Babyhawks 7U football team is the best in their division in Illinois.
We started out at 6U with 27 players. 21 of those players had never played football before.
And this mighty group out of Country Club Hills has now earned the chance to compete in the national championship in Florida. It's one of the biggest stages in youth football.
And we were heavily doubted. But due to dedication and hard work, we overcame.
The team is made up of 27 talented 7-year-olds who have battled all year, and they started at only 6.
A lot of people that see us play, they don't believe when I say this is just our second year together. That's due to my coaching staff. I believe if you put anyone in a situation where they have to learn how to grow and adapt, they'll do just that. So we don't treat them like 7-year-olds.
Now the team needs some help to make it to the next stage. The travel, lodging, meals, and overall cost to get to Florida is adding up. The coaches say they're taking some players, but not everyone can afford to get there.
We try to do everything that we can to close the gap, but sometimes it just doesn't work. And we do have to leave athletes behind, which is ultimately not the best situation that we want to be in, but we have to make do, and we try to make do.
Even the assistant coach has a son on the team.
I'm actually one of the parents that told Coach Burt that I might not be able to take my son if we don't have to fund him, because it's a struggle. So I love the culture. I've been coaching for about 7 years. I've been with the Hawks for 2 years, and this is probably the most fun, the most organized program I ever been with. So I want all my boys to go.
They hope they can pull out a financial win for their baby Hawks of between $12,000 and $15,000. They say it's bigger than football at this point. It's about showing the players, including his, that hard work pays off.
When I told him that we might not be able to go, he was actually mad at me. And I was like, all right, I might have to send you by yourself. And he was like, okay, just do what you got to do so I can go.
The team will be hosting local fundraisers and has set up a 99 Pledges website to raise money.
Anything that anyone can do will be a blessing. It's all about experiences. I want to provide the best experience for these young men as early as 7 years old, as early as 6 years old, because what this does is it motivates them. It provides a foundation for life.
The team leaves December 6th for Nationals December 7th to 13th.
Everybody going to say their team is the best team, but I honestly feel like we have the best team, like not even just about football, like getting our guys ready for life. We're going to have politicians, we're going to have lawyers, we're going to have doctors in this group because we just see how they doing at 7 years old. So yeah, I'm all for it.
And if you want to help the baby Hawks fly, head to my Facebook page. Just search Dawn Hasbrook Fox 32 Chicago. Go Baby Hawks. They'll get there. Well, a beautiful but chilly night outside for Veterans Day. Look at this shot. The Blue Cross Blue Shield building, by the way, lit up tonight to honor our veterans. Gorgeous.
Nice
Thank you, vets, it says. Let's check in on our forecast for tonight and later in the week with Chief Meteorologist Emily Walls.
What a stunning night that we have out there. We have the clear skies, temperatures, they're cold, but they're not as cold as they have been. Take a look. Right now we're sitting in the upper 30s to low 40s for a lot of us, so we've really only dropped a couple of degrees from our high temperatures today. And the reason for that is we've had pretty strong southwesterly winds that have been keeping that milder air in place, but there's actually a cold front that's been working its way through. That's why we're starting to see those winds changing to be out of the west. So throughout the overnight, we're counting on westerly winds 10 to 15 miles per hour. Your 5-day forecast, 50 degrees expected on Wednesday, Thursday, 54. We're going up to the upper 50s by the end of this work week. And I'm sure you're already looking at it on Saturday, 67 degrees expected. There's actually a couple models that are trying to bring us very close to 70. I'm not ready to pull the trigger on that one just yet because I still have mostly cloudy skies in my forecast for Saturday. But if we're able to break into some sunshine, I think we very easily could be right around 70 degrees Saturday afternoon. Satellite and radar, things are quiet for now. We're mostly clear to partly cloudy, which of course is wonderful news for those of you hoping to see the northern lights tonight. We've been getting reports from all over the Chicagoland area. Tonight, 35 degrees. We'll have westerly winds right around 10 to 15 miles per hour. And your 7-day forecast for you is 50 degrees tomorrow. Sunny skies expected. 54 for our day on Thursday. Skies are going to become partly cloudy during the day. On Friday, we are sunny. We'll have highs right around 58 degrees. And then Saturday and Sunday, things look fantastic. We are going to be in the 60s for your highs on Saturday. Sunday, partly cloudy, but I do think we're going to have falling temperatures on Sunday. So then by Monday, Dawn, we are only going to be in the 40s.
Again?
Yeah. So we're going back to the November-like chill.
We're getting ready for the roller coaster.
Yeah.
Got it. Thanks, Emily.
I'm Tina Nguyen. Next in sports, the MLB general manager meeting is currently underway in Las Vegas. Cubs team president Jed Hoyer shares what he's valuing this offseason. Plus, Caleb Williams and the Bears gearing up for a must-win game against the Vikings on Sunday. Danny Parkins explains why the Bears have found their guy. Hear from him next in sports. Welcome back. Time now for sports. Well, if there's one thing we've learned over the last 2 weeks, you should never count out the Bears and Caleb Williams. Back-to-back weeks where Williams has delivered a fourth-quarter comeback, proving that he can indeed win this team games with head coach Ben Johnson. I think it's safe to say he is Mr. Fourth Quarter. Fox Sports' Danny Parkins also agrees.
He is the one. It's like Neo in the Matrix. He is the one. This is what I've been trying to manifest ever since Mitch Trubisky. I think the Bears finally have their guy. They have their franchise quarterback. They have the guy that eventually they'll hoist the Lombardi trophy with, that they will win because of, who can win the MVP. He's amazing.
Ooh, full confidence today from Danny. Make sure you watch Chicago Sports Tonight daily, Mondays, Wednesdays, Thursdays, and Fridays. It's streamed on the Fox local app at 6 p.m. and it airs right here on Fox Chicago at 9:30. Blackhawks back home tomorrow facing the Devils. Connor Bedard off to an impressive start in year 3, right? On an 8-game point streak right now and tied for second in the NHL in points. Bedard's production has set the tone early, and the message from the locker room has been clear. This team wants to win now.
It's been such a fun start for us, and we got a great group, so we just, other than him, I don't like him, but yeah, we just want to keep building on that. I think we're a hard team to play, with our speed and our competitiveness, and just how hard we play. That's when we're at our best. That's when we're at our best, and if we can try to do that every night for 60 minutes, it's pretty cliche, but that's when we're going to win games and have success.
Foligno there giving Connor Bedard a hard time. To MLB, Shota Imanaga has exactly 1 week to accept the Cubs' $22 million qualifying offer. Reminder, the Cubs declined their 3-year team option, and Imanaga himself turned down a 1-year player option, making him a free agent. Despite keeping the door open for a return with Shota, Jed Hoyer is staying aggressive this offseason, especially when it comes to pitching.
Largest focus, I think, will be on pitching. I think that's obvious. Just a look at our depth chart that, I think we're in pretty good position on the position player side. On the pitching side, we're thinner. And so I think that's going to be our focus. And I expect to explore trades. I expect to explore free agency, both at the top of the market, but then also looking at, for minor league free agency. I expect to be really active in doing that. I think on the pitching side more than the hitting side.
All right, college hoops, big matchup in Champaign. 11th ranked Texas Tech visiting 14th ranked Illinois. Time winding down in the half, under a minute to go. Kylan Boswell from deep there. Illini up 11. Then the transfer portal. Andrei Stojakovic with the drive in the bucket as time expires. Illinois up by 13 at the break. Second half, David Mirkovic with the nice move and one. Illini were in control, but let's check their score right now. Illini leading only 1 point game right now in the second half. All right, in other college hoops action, DePaul fell at home to Buffalo. Meanwhile, UIC won big over St. Francis, Illinois, 98-55. The latest college football playoff rankings are out. Top 5 remains unchanged with Ohio State at number 1. Texas Tech, though, jumps ahead of Ole Miss to number 6, and Notre Dame staying put at number 9. Don and Scott, back to you guys.
Thank you, Tina.
All right, Tina, we'll get ready for the return of Buzz Lightyear, Woody, and the gang.
We're getting a look at the new teaser for Toy Story 5. Trending right now, we're getting our first look at Toy Story 5. This is the teaser trailer that Pixar dropped today. You can see they introduce a new toy, that smart tablet. It's in theaters next summer.
Because no toy wants to be obsolete.
Yeah, I think all of my daughter's toys in her toy box probably are all reacting the same.
There you go.
Yes. All right, 7-day forecast for you very quickly here. 50 degrees, sunshine tomorrow, partly cloudy on Thursday. Friday, lots of sun, warming trend through the week, and we are in the 60s.
I love that forecast. Yeah. Hey, thanks for joining us tonight. Remember, you can catch us anytime on your smart TV. It's Fox Local on all the streaming platforms. Always start your day with Good Day Chicago. First and North is straight ahead.
Good night.